You're listening to the PZinner Network. For more great podcasts, go to pzinner.com.au.
PZinner
and Co.
Spoiler alert. I mean, honestly, if you're listening to this podcast, spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's not the Master, but we do want to talk about it. We've got 15 minutes on the clock. This is Raston Warrior Reviews.
They move like lightning.
Right. New Doctor Who, The Star Beast, go.
14 or 10 is back.
Clearly 14, okay? If we want to talk about the differences on that one, apparently after years of, tell me more of this human emotion you call kissing, we have the 14th Doctor being like, oh, I have emotional intelligence finally.
Oh, yeah, one of the things he's like, I love Donna. He's like, oh, do I say that now? And it's like, wow, Rose had to like fight and couldn't get that. And he's just like, oh, I throw this word around now.
Which is why he's a different Doctor.
Yes. Also, the color of his pants and jacket have swapped. So now his pants are brown and his jacket's blue. And
actually, so his little waistcoat and his trousers, I've had a look at the fabric because people are selling because that's what people do now. Yeah. People are selling clones of the fabric. It's this really nice sort of purple. It's a really, really subtle purple. And yeah, I like the blue. I like the blue coat. It's a lot thinner. Donna, again, there is so much in this story that I feel personally victimized by. Okay, one is, don't trust a man with a goatee, which, is a great line that might hint towards the master or something else.
That's what I took it as.
Yeah, but also, aw. This is an audio show for listeners at home. I have a goatee.
Yes. I loved one thing is that obviously he grabs he sees a woman struggling with packages. He runs over, he grabs one of them. It's Donna's face and he puts it back.
Yep.
And then
slapstick. Wonderful.
Yeah, awesome gag. But then he goes back, he takes it down, he looks at her and she starts yelling, Rose, Rose. And he's like, what? But also I do love in that moment, oh, Donna's here and we've got the nod to Rose. Fuck Martha. Well,
he didn't, and that was her problem.
It just for me felt like we got a call back. It's all about Donna, and then we get a call back to Rose, and then there is not a mention, not a whiff, nothing of Martha Jones. It's just, I think that just sums it up for poor Martha. Just left behind.
Yeah. Look, I got nothing. I mean, look, Martha has been the victim of bad choices the entire time. The greatest of which being that she ended up with Mickey.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we see the rest of the Noble. The Temple.
Yeah, Noble Temple. Yeah, great. Sean Temple, great character. We actually get to have interaction with him. Fantastic. Really, really great character. He loves his family, completely supports them. Wonderful. I mean, he's wall dressing, but he's wonderful.
Yes. Your favorite person in the world's back.
Okay, so I have so much to say about this.
In case there was no context, I don't think we've ever discussed before. Kieran does not like Sylvia in the original series of her.
I have watched every single episode of Doctor Who that is available. I've read a huge number of novels. I've listened to the majority of Big Finish. I've read so many comic books. I know every evil creature in this universe, and none of them stacks up to Sylvia Noble. But she's grown as a person.
Yep.
She is actually a loving grandmother and mother, and she's not the unremitting bitch that she is in series 4.
Yes, she's there for her family. Donna, we find out, has just been fired again from her job, and Sylvia's there helping.
Yep.
She makes a slight...
with a tuna madras.
I know. Oh, I heard
Fish
that too.
curry.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. She does she does her best. I think she makes a slight error regarding Rose, but then she quickly corrects. And
she thinks she makes a slight error, and then she goes on to make an error. But it is all handled. It is all handled wonderfully. It is all handled beautifully. Of course it is, because it's Russell T Davies, and Russell T Davies knows how to handle these things. And if I can just say, in regards to, for example, I don't want to keep treading over Davros here, but a lot of people bring up in regards to Davros a lot of other problematic characters that Russell T Davies himself wrote. You can grow as a person. He wrote Sylvia Noble to be an awful, awful person. And he has grown enough as a person to know that he can't portray someone like that anymore.
And also, these are the 60th anniversary celebrations. They're meant to be fun. We don't want to get bogged down in people being mean to each other in this special, apart from the villains. This isn't about the family fighting amongst themselves. This is about the family supporting and loving each other because it's a celebration of Doctor Who this episode.
Yep. Okay, on with the story. We have the Meep. Did you ever read the comic?
No.
Or listen to the audio?
No.
Okay, so how quickly did you peg that the Meep was the beep of all the Meeps and evil?
When I watched it again with my husband like I normally do, and he at one point went, I bet this is Gremlins. This thing is gonna go psychopath. And so he guessed it quicker than I probably would have. So that as soon as he said that, I also was like, oh, probably.
Yeah, cool. Miriam Margolyes, brilliant.
Yes,
fantastic.
amazing.
I love the Roth Warriors. So fun story. Apart from the comic book that didn't make it into the into the TV show, is that the Doctor, when played by the Fourth Doctor, the Roth put a bomb. It operate on him and put a bomb inside his stomach, and the only way that he can stop it going off is by nicking the lead off someone's roof and wrapping it around his midriff to stop the signal. Would have been a different story.
Yeah, it would have. I loved that these are puppets and suits and that these aren't CG. In a world of CG'd everything these days.
It is because they're... Although, I will say, the Meep... When the Meep becomes evil, the Meep is suddenly entirely CG.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't have made an evil head for it.
I don't know if it was all in one or not, but yes, it was nice that at least for the start of it, when it was mainly interacting with them around their house, it was a puppet in the room.
From what I've heard, so basically, because I watched a little behind the scenes feature afterwards.
Yep.
It wasn't Doctor Who Unleashed, which is not on Disney Plus. I'm annoyed. Yeah, so I watched a little behind the scenes feature, and basically they're doing what they've been doing for the Mandalorian shows. They start with a practical effect and then they use CG to enhance it. Which is what you should be doing. Yeah.
And seeing those two, because I watched a little bit of the behind the scenes thing too, and seeing those two actors in the, not the Meep, the other ones.
The Roth Warriors.
The Roth Warriors. Seeing them walking around on the set was fantastic.
Yeah, they're on those kangaroo feet, those like stilt things, which is very cool. And I love that when they talk, they're just very sort of RP, like a little bit upper class. Yeah. They're lovely. One thing they left out for the comics, which I really wanted to see, it would have been CG though, is the Roth Warriors' tongues come out, and they're like a chameleon's tongue. They like wrap around and like grab stuff. They're like
really
got like
cold for that in the story.
So I know, but yeah, they have dinner in the comic.
Mm-hmm.
So people may have drawn similarities between the Meep and E.T. So this comic book came out 2 years before E.T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
yes, I did.
Suck it, Spielberg.
I did love the Meep hiding in the pile of Etsy plush toys.
Yeah. And I enjoyed watching it on the second time round, picking out what all of the, because
when you suddenly know that they're now,
you know that they are the echoes of the meta crisis within. Look, if we're gonna go to the end thing, I agree with what a lot of people have said online. It's like, yeah, okay, satisfying ending. I get like the way the whole meta crisis thing was resolved. Yeah, some of the language used was heavy-handed, but then again, it was not for us. It was for the average person watching who might,
Yeah.
It's not for the progressive people who are already on board with the whole gender thing.
There is so much to say around this. I do love that the echoes. Let's talk about that quickly. So the echoes of the meta crisis moving through Donna and Rose. So Donna gives away the money because she wants to be like the Doctor. And
she gets so pissed off when she realizes, she's
Rose,
like, no.
And Rose making all these toys and not, having something inside that they don't feel belongs, which is, a double.
Yep.
A double meaning thing. The implication of the Metacrisis Doctor Tentu and Rose, that Tentu must have some Donna in him. Echoing through him that Rose now has to deal with.
Yeah, okay.
Look, have I completely thrown you off?
No, that's a much larger conversation, and there's a much larger conversation that we will get to, because like the Tentu is the Valiard. I will not have any argument about this. He is between the 11th and final regeneration, and is a distillation of all that is evil. He is the Valiard, and
with a bit of Donna.
Hmm?
With a bit of Donna.
With a bit of Donna. Well, I mean, let's face it, Donna's a bit, petulant and vindictive. So as is the Valiard.
Anyway, back to where we were.
We've done the meat. We've done the Roth Warriors. Everything's beautiful. Shirley Ann Bingham, brilliant character. Absolutely loved her. Played by Ruth Madeley. Clearly, okay, so if the rumors are true, which they probably are, and we're getting a unit spin-off, she's clearly in it. Major Singh is clearly in it as the only named character.
Yes. And Kate was name-dropped in this episode.
She was not name-dropped, but she was referenced.
Oh, was she not? I thought they...
Oh, no, he did. He does say Kate Stewart, doesn't he? Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
because Kate's looking after Wilf.
Yeah, they reference her and he says her name. Yeah.
So also regarding, we get a reference to Wilf and the doctor thinks he's passed away.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's not dead, you idiot.
Yeah.
I totally think that this is going to be the final scene that 14 will be his reward will be going to see Wilf. And that can be like, he might be able to regenerate happy.
Well, I mean, look, it would be nice. Look, I think we can all safely assume that his final lines will be, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah.
That will be his end.
Yeah.
Which will be a nice sort of callback. But yet we've already seen scenes of David Tennant in costume pushing Wilf along.
We know that Bernard Cribbins was at the script reading too, because he was in the behind the scenes.
Yes, but they did the script reading for all three episodes at once.
Yeah, so, I totally think it's going to be the final scene of these specials.
Well, if they did not in any way put like an in memoriam up or anything like that, which they should do because it's...
If he wasn't cut from it, but he won't be cut.
No, he won't be cut.
Yeah.
All in all, great story. The whole like psychedelic Black Sun thing was rushed over.
Again, Callum was convinced he's like, is it going to be the Master? Because the Master hypnotizes people and suddenly we've got these hypnotized men.
To be fair.
And I had to be like, whoa, the last literal episode we had the Master in it. So the Master's not going to be back like right now.
Yes, but then again, he's married to you and you do a podcast about the Master and you talk about the Master. So therefore he is primed to see the Master everywhere. I'm surprised he doesn't think I'm the Master.
Sometimes it's like at night he'll just be like, so what Master story are we watching tonight? And it's like, oh, this one. Because there is something.
Yeah, same thing with me. I was sitting watching, I put on Spyfall and Claire was just like, oh, it's got the Master in it. That's why we're watching it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, cool. Fun thing, when Claire was watching it, she was just like, where did he pull that horsehair wig from? And I'm just like, his pockets are bigger on the inside. And she's like,
because that's a callback to the Fourth Doctor. Does the same thing.
Does the same thing. This story needed more K9 because K9 was in the original. Okay, we have a minute and a half. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about in this episode?
I don't think so. Oh, the Doctor gets the zoomies in his TARDIS.
Okay, so, right, fun. So David Tennant suggested that.
Yep.
He was the one who came up with that idea. And after the second take, he really regretted it. Okay, yeah. So
how many programmable roundels?
There are 800 programmable roundels. They can be used like to make. Oh my god, the light shows that they can do with that. It's amazing. And yeah, they built a brand new TARDIS and then almost destroyed it straight away.
Yes, pouring coffee all over it.
Okay, it has a coffee machine in the middle. That's a bit kitsch, but okay. I love everything about the TARDIS. It's beautiful. It's big. It is light. I am sick of dark, dingy TARDISes. This is
I
bright.
Guess we can assume that this is going to be Ncuti Gatwa's TARDIS as well.
Absolutely.
Not just for 14.
No, well, I mean, they're not going to go to all the trouble of redesigning the TARDIS and redesigning the sonic screwdriver and everything. Ncuti, I think we'll get to Ncuti because I think I have a lot of thoughts about Ncuti, but it's not about this story. I love the TARDIS. Everything about it is beautiful. It's all bright, and I love that it's all ramps. You get the feeling that Shirley Ann Bingham's probably going to be in there at some point, which, that'd be great. I loved her interaction with the Doctor.
Yes.
Basically, it's just like, you're cool, but, I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I really loved it. I look forward to next week. Will McGann be in the next episode? Yes or no? Call it now.
I don't know if it would be McGann. Oh, so fan theory from me. In the trailer that they put out a couple of weeks ago of what looks like the Doctor looking into a screen, he says, "She's back. I'm back." And I think because of the way he said she's back, I'm back, it was like a correction.
Yeah.
So I think 13.
Okay.
I think 13 at some point is going to she's back, I'm back. Like yeah. So that's what I think. I would love Paul McGann. I want Paul McGann to do more things. I want. You know what? If absolute dream, if we got Paul McGann and Nicola Walker playing Livchenko turning up. Oh my God. It would be all my dreams come true. But yeah, that's it.
Right.
Cool. That's it. That's us done completely 100%.
Next week, another one.
Next week, Wild Blue Yonder, which looks like a horror movie at the moment. Yep, 100%. They've shown us nothing of it. They've
That's
shown us
why I
absolutely
think
nothing.
McGann's going to be in it.
Yeah. Or mind you, there are rumors of Matt Smith because he's been seen to have his hair cut back in the same way that when he was the Doctor. Yeah, cool. That's enough. Wonderful. Great. Tune in next week where we ramble incoherently about the next episode, which if McGann was in it, we'll start with us going, "Way!"
Yeah, we'll pop a bottle of champagne.